Hello out there. It's Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. It must be 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. We've got a couple cards we're going to do tonight. Hi, Lise. How are you? I'm just getting everything set up and waiting for everybody to come on. So we're going to do a couple cards tonight. And while I'm waiting to see if anybody else is coming, I will say this. Thank you to those that came out and did bingo. I hope you had a good time. I did, except I couldn't keep up. So, oh well, right? So, such is life in the big city, and evidently that's not always for me. So, for those of you that don't know, I will be up at the Mesa Fest at the Yucca Mesa, not to be confused with the Yucca Valley. Yucca Mesa Community Center up on Balsa. If you want addresses or anything else, please let me know. It does go from 10 to 10. I know I will be there from 10 to at least 6, and then we'll see how the crowd changes once it starts to get dark, because I have the feeling the beer crowd will be coming out, and I'm not sure how much longer I'll stay after that. So, let's see. What else is there? Serena's class. Let me get it. Hold on. Let's show ya. 1 second. Alright, so Serena's class, we will be doing Bugs and Kisses. We will be doing, for those of you that don't want to do candy, decorated pencils with a cute tag. For those of you that do want to do candy, candy with a cute tag. And for those of you, because I know there's some cat lovers out there, we'll be doing candy with a cute double-sided cat tag. This is September 30th, which is in 2 Saturdays. Cost is $5 per 10 items to be ordered in groups of 10. So, minimum of $5. It also gets you breakfast. Sorry you're late. Hun, I'm just glad you made it. Hey, dude. So, the $5 guarantees you 10 items, all of the same. And then also breakfast, and Serena's cooking, so it's going to be good, because she will probably do one of her infamous quiches. Awesome. So tonight, we will be doing some spookies with Sheltering Tree, which, hold on, let me get it. All in all, is pretty, supposedly low-key. I'm pretty sure they didn't think it was going to become an eyeball, but we have done something similar to this before, but wanted to bring it back. And then this, of course, is this year's. I did case it or copy it from another demonstrator who I can't remember for the life of me the name. I did find it on Pinterest also. So yes, it's out there, and this is what we will be doing tonight. Okay? So if you're curious, stamp sets for tonight will be Sheltering Tree, Seasonal Chums, and Spooky Cat. You can use any Halloween stuff you may have. The important part is to make sure you've got the right kind of tree that can double as an eyeball, right? So without anything further, oh, and then of course, the classic label punch, the 1 3/4 punch, the circle punch, the 1-inch circle punch, the 1/2-inch circle punch, which I pre-did beforehand, some googly eyes, and we'll go through the list as we go. Definitely the chalk marker. If you don't have the chalk marker, you can use blender pen with the white craft ink pad, but the chalk marker tends to work better. So, just a heads up. There are multiple tools, but some obviously work better than others. Okay? So I am getting some things out of the way. And we will be starting with the infamous eyeball. So, alrighty, so, my guy was done with blue. No, it's not because I don't have blue eyes, it's because Joel does, and he's usually the one, if any, to do a prank in our house and to scare somebody. So I just found it to be appropriate, shall we say. So that's pretty much the reason why on that one. The espresso is for the other card, so we'll put that to the side. Now, hey, one tip here. When you have dimensionals, make sure you don't throw it away until all your edges are used too. Don't throw it away just because your honeycombs or your dots are done, okay? So, just a little tip for you. Alright, I'm almost organized, I promise. Alright, almost. Okay, I think I can function now. Oh, and we'll be using the black rhinestones, but, well, we'll see. We might incorporate them into this card, I'm not sure. So, alrighty, so for this card, yes, I did a little bit of work beforehand. I have the thick white cardstock cut in half and scored at 4 1/4, typical A2, A4 card. I can't remember right now. I just got out of the gym, so my brain's a little bit frazzled. So we will just fold that and put that to the side. I've got a piece of Pacific Point cut at 5 1/4 by 4 for a mat. I've got Real Red cut at 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Now, I'm just telling you what I did. You can make it a different size if you'd like. So, whatever your size of your Real Red is, you need it 1/4 inch smaller so it mats correctly, okay? I kept the scrap of the white because I was thinking down here I might want to stamp it in white and punch it out, so just to make it pop a little more. And then I pre-cut out my pupil. So, okay, so let's get this thing going. Let's see here. To save a tiny bit of paper, let's punch out my 1 3/4 first. Now, this is where your eyeball goes. Now, couple hints here. You don't want to get too close to this edge. You want to make sure you have at least a width of like a tape or something because you need to glue down that white, okay? So just make sure you're far enough in to give you a little bit of leeway, okay? So, and then put that in your scrap pile, do whatever you need to do with it. So this is the 1 3/4. See how I've got a little bit of leeway there? That's what I want, okay? Alrighty, so that is where my eyeball goes. And then my white goes underneath that. Now, if you want your eyeball on the right side, you can do it on the right side. It doesn't matter to me, but that is what we're doing right at the moment. So, the 1 inch blue, I am going to take out of my mat, and I just am pushing my punch as far as it can possibly go. So that way when I cover, I make sure that it doesn't show up and I don't have to cut another piece, okay? So just a little tip. Got it? Alrighty, so 2 punches down. How many more to go? I am not sure. So, alrighty, so next we're gonna do some stamping. Go figure, right? So you would think it would be on this red, but it's actually not. And if you want to line this up, now you are not going to stamp with this over, but if you want to do a light pencil dot, like where your center is, you can do that. For me, I just kind of put my thumb there and went, it's in the top third. So it's really up to you on what you want to do. So we're going to take our tree from Sheltering Tree, which is now eyeball veins, and you're going to try to get more of the edges going on here. And as you stamp, you're going to want to put this over and say, does that look like a spooky eyeball? Yes or no? So to me, I needed like 2 stamps. And if it doesn't look right, you can always flip it over too. So that's a really bloodshot eye, but that is what I am doing. So, all right. So I'm going to close my Real Red. And now, hold on. I got to spray my thing. Because this is red, you really don't want to cross over. I thought I could stamp it off, but I need to clean. So 1 second here. Let me reach across. Excuse my boarding house reach. Alrighty, so there is my eyeball. Now there is a little bit of eyeball vein stuff on the blue. So we're using Pacific Point, which is the same color as this cardstock. And what that allows is it's just going to go like just barely a shade darker. Alright, so, and very carefully peel this off. And here's the reason why. Because if you're not careful about it, it'll smear. And then guess what happens? Yeah. We end up looking like we're already drinking. And we can't do that. So, alrighty. So I will clean that later. Okay. So I'm going to leave my blue open because that's also my words. Got it? So let's see here. Alright, so first off, depending on what side is where you're going to glue. Okay. Now I've been using Fast Fuse for my cards only because, you know, I transport them and do all kinds of fun things with them. So, you know, you may or may not want to use Fast Fuse, but and it doesn't matter if it's crooked on the back. All that matters is that the veins are in the proper spots. So, because you have a little bit of a hole here, you kind of want to glue around. And don't forget to do your check mark if you're using your Fast Fuse, because otherwise you will end up with a boogery mess, for lack of better terms. Okay? Alright, so now we are going to grab our... Where did my little black piece go? Ah, I was hiding in the Stampin' Up! Part. So I am just going to do a dab and a circle. How big is our pupil, you guys? Is this good? Okay, so there we go. Alright, so this is going to get glued down. Now, you know, if you want to wait for the chalk marker to dry, that's probably a good idea so it doesn't smear like mine just did, but you know, I can't always be patient, right? So we're going to grab our corner of our dimensionals and just tear it off. Now, if you are a little bit OCD, grab a scissors instead. It'll be fine, okay? Just remember when you're cleaning your scissors to be careful because otherwise... Alright, so how is our... I don't like that big spot down there, so I'm going to cover some of that. And because I did this one, it was wet, I'm going to redo my white. You will be more careful, so it will be okay. Alright? Alright, so words for this one are trick or treat, which... where did they end up? This is Happy Halloween. Oh, hold on, let me get it. I must have put it away. Alright, so this is out of Seasonal Chums, but you can use any appropriate saying that you might have. Okay? So this is Trick or Treat, and I'm doing it in the blue to match the eyeball. And for some reason that one always stamps crooked, but it's okay. because we're going to stamp first and then punch, and we will just punch it crooked as well, right? So that works, right? All right, so that one's about done. So I'm thinking we're gonna grab some minis, and I'm gonna grab a couple of these minis. Love these mini dimensionals, by the way, because they don't stick out anymore. You don't have to cut them in half and be all messed over with them. So, all right. So I am thinking right about there. Good? I hope so. All right. So let's see here. Don't freak out about your hole. It's supposed to be there, remember? Okay. So your white will be better than mine, I promise. So, made by me just for you, and because I often sell my cards, I need to do the copyright. If you're just making them to make them, you don't need to do that. But because I'm a demonstrator and I often sell my cards, I do release them so that way I can sell them. Just one of the things. So, okay. Card number 1. Yahoo! Which one do I like the veins in better? I don't know, but definitely like the saying down here better. So I might have to even go over that one. We'll see how that goes. So let's leave that one to the side and start working on spooky eyeball one. I love that one. Alrighty, so, oh, let's put the blue away. Hold on. Let me finish cleaning here. Alright. Got it. Yahoo! So on this next one, we are using Early Espresso. Or for some of you that come into my morning classes, it can also be known as Easy Espresso because there's coffee available. So it just depends on what you want to say. No problem. Alright, so we've got our base of Whisper White, the thick, of course. So I'm just going to do that and stick that to the side. Actually, hold on. Let me pull that back. So I'm actually going to glue this guy down real quick. Since we're not doing anything... Ooh, I'm out. Let me go get my other one. 1 second. This is why we have 2. Awesome. All right, so... because we don't have anything active going on with this black mat, I'm just going to glue this down, hopefully straight. And if not, guess what? It's handmade, right? So, alright, so we are going to do a background or a hill. And yes, I got it on the side, but it will be okay as long as I don't push down that way. So this is Early Espresso. Okay, so there's my hill. Excuse me, sorry about that. And then this time I am inking my entire tree, not just focusing on the top of the tree. Okay, so, and you want to look through this because you want the base of the tree to still be in your hillside. You don't want your base way down here and your hill to stop here, okay? So we gotta pay attention a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there we go on that. Let's see here. And I'm thinking do I have room to get more white out of this piece? Gosh, I hope so. I think I do. All right, so I'm thinking it'll bring out the eyeballs. And if not, well, we tried, right? So, happy Halloween. We're just going to punch out of the classic label. Okay. And now there's definitely not room for much of anything anymore. Okay. So, alright, so that is all the stamping I need to do. Now I've just got a whole bunch of eyeballs that I need to glue down. Now, you can buy the self-adhesive ones. These are not Stampin' Up, by the way. We did have them at one point. The general rule is you want an odd number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good enough for me. I got a variety of sizes in the bag I got, but you can do whatever you want. You can also buy self-adhesive, but honestly, they're really expensive. So I usually don't, because I never know what I'm sticking them to as well. Sometimes I'm sticking them to fabric, and sometimes I'm sticking them to paper. So you kind of don't want to be limited to the adhesive that they put on them. So you might want to actually buy them without the adhesive. It's cheaper, and you can choose how you want to use them then. So if you wanted to put them on glass or something, you wouldn't have to strip the adhesive off before you even start. I'm thinking these little branches need little guys, don't you? So, alright, so let's see here. Okay. And I'm just randomly putting these on, so no problem at all. Okay. Big guy goes in the top of the tree because it's a big eyeball looking at you. Now when you mail these, if you don't want to have to pay extra for the, you know, not machinable price, what you want to do is just grab a piece of scratch cardstock and put it in front and mail it that way, and that'll take most of the bumps out, and you probably will get away with, where does this one go? Right in the middle. You will probably get away with not having to pay extra. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to grab my minis again and put 2 on the back of this guy. If you're not able to grab these, grab tweezers, grab our piercing tool works quite well. Like I said, lots of practice, so I've been doing this a minute, so my fingers work pretty well. Thankfully. So, alright, so I'm going to center this here, and then I think I'm going to put rhinestones or not. Anybody still there to tell me? I'm thinking yeah, but I'm not thinking as big. We're gonna... Alright, so these are self-adhesive, which means they usually work. Make sure you pick them up kind of underneath. And that wasn't quite centered, but hey, you know. Alright, so because this has a whole bunch of bumps, I'm actually gonna glue here on my mat instead, and just tack this down. Okay, and obviously I gotta do the back so it's finished, right? So 1 second, let me reopen my ink pad. This is another reason you want to clean your stamps as you go, so that way you don't have to remember, did I stamp that in blue? Did I stamp it in yellow? What did I do? Because it's a good way to ruin your stamps. Now, I appreciate the sales, but, you know, let's not do extra sales because we didn't pay attention. Okay, let's do them because we want something new. Okay, alright, so let's see, here's my other one. Alright, so these are my 2 cards done with Sheltering Tree and common theme of some eyeballs. So, kind of cute, I think, just to give you some ideas to get you started for the season. And let's see. And I know, Lise, I think you already RSVP'd for Serena's. Just let me know what specific project you want to do and how many of them in groups of 10. So, anyways, I think that's about all for tonight. And I really like how that one pops better. Definitely. And definitely need the pop out, don't you think? So, without anything else, I'm going to go grab dinner. And then I'm going to come back in here and get some stuff done. Because I've got a lot of things coming up. So, I hope you enjoyed tonight. And enjoy your spooky eyeballs. And have a great, great night. You want to see something with the cat? Alright. Is that maybe next week, at least? So, we'll get it. Alright, so without anything else, I am going to bid you good night. And feel free to take a look at the blog. I've added a lot to it today. And www.stampingwithjohnny.wordpress.com. And I will talk to you soon. And hope to see you soon. Thanks for coming. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.